Hi Libra, welcome to August. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good juju and good energy and create some sacred space around this reading. So what's coming up in August for Libra? We've got a full moon in Aquarius, which is favorable to your sign, and that's on the 15th. And the same day that we have the full moon, Mercury goes out of shadow, Uranus goes retrograde, and we've got Jupiter going forward on the 11th, and then we have a new moon in Virgo, which is on August 30th. So let's see what the cards say for Libra. What does Libra need to know about love and relationships for the month of August 2019? We're just coming out of a full moon or a new moon in Leo on the 31st. So we're still going to be under that energy for a couple of weeks before the full moon on the 15th. And that was favorable to you. So what does Libra need to know about love and relationships in the month of August 2019? What's coming up for Libra in terms of love and relationship? What does Libra need to know about love and relationships in 2019? What does Libra need to know about love and relationships for 2019? Chariot, the Page of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Sun, the Four of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Temperance card. So this is kind of mixed energies here. So you start the month off with the Chariot crossed by the Page of Swords. So with the Chariot, that's a card of victory, plus you have the Nine of Cups here. So that's a wish fulfillment card. The Chariot is a card of travel. It's a card of victory through discipline and focus. So if you've been scattering your energies, there might have been some confusion in your choices. Like you might have, Libra is the social butterfly. And in relationships, sometimes Libra is like a butterfly going from flower to flower. Just, work in the room, So maybe what this message with the Chariot is that you have to figure out, what do you want in a relationship, and focus on, zero in on that one person or that one situation that you really want. What is your wish? Stop being the social butterfly. I mean, not that you have to stop being the social butterfly. I mean, Libra is always going to be social. But if you've just been kind of spreading yourself thin, but not really focusing on where you want to go, if you're just flirting with a bunch of people and you're not really saying, well, who do I really want? You're not going to get there. I mean, so if you want something in your love life in August or in a relationship, you have to call in that scattered energy and you have to say, okay, let me figure out who I want and make a beeline for that flower, So, and use discrimination. You've got the Page of Swords here crossing you. So this is a card of, sometimes it could be a card of spying, gossip. Maybe you're worried about what people are going to say or think, and it's kind of holding you back. It could also mean that you're having to have a difficult conversation with someone, or you're dealing with a challenging lover. Some of you might be dealing with a challenge, but I feel like in some cases you have to be discriminating. You have to look deeply at your choices. Look beneath the surface. Maybe you're just skimming the surface of these situations because you have many options. You have the Seven of Cups here. This is a card of options, and it's a card of being stuck in the choices. So if you're finding yourself like, well, I don't know what to choose, which is a typical Libra problem, because you see the value in everything, and you're not sure, do I want this? Do I want that? This is good, but then this is good too, and then I don't know. This is a card of really look deep, really investigate, go down to the nitty-gritty. What is best for me? What do I really need? What do I really want? That will help you make this choice. You have the Nine of Cups here, so whatever you choose will have a favorable outcome. I mean, you have favorable options. You have many options. Now, this card is in the recent past, so this is kind of fading. So maybe you're on the verge of making a decision. Maybe the confusion is starting to fade away, especially since now Mercury is going direct. It can clear up a lot of the confusion, the mental confusion, the communication issues, misunderstandings, all kinds of stuff. And you have the Sun, which is a guarantee, as much as you can get in life. The Sun means no matter what problems you're facing in your life, the Sun means that everything's going to be okay. The Sun is going to come out. There's going to be a solution. There's going to be a resolution that's favorable and fair to everyone. Something that you're going to be happy with. The Sun can also mean meeting someone that you really have a lot of fun with. Connecting with someone that makes you feel like a child again. Because I feel like you're coming out of a dark time or a difficult time. You have the Four of Swords here, the Three of Swords, the Seven. Maybe you've needed time to rest and heal. Or just you've been working hard, maybe you're working too hard, or you've been through some struggles in a relationship or even in life. And you're taking time out to rest and to heal and to deal with your feelings, because you have the Three of Swords here. It's a card of, you're figuring out, what do I need to cut away? What do I need that's no longer serving me? What do I need to leave behind or cut out of my life? Sometimes the Three of Swords can mean minor surgery. But most of the times it means heartache. So you could be still thinking about past heartache, a relationship that broke up in the past, and you're still feeling the pain of that separation. And maybe you're not ready to be in a relationship. That's why you're not making the decision. But you're thinking about it. You're thinking about your choices, trying to figure out what to do, when to act. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. That's a time card. And that can mean whatever you're wishing for, whether it's a relationship that leads to marriage and commitment, whether it's a career success, because this can also mean a job opportunity that comes up that brings money, financial abundance. You can create it. You can manifest it with the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace is a new beginning. It's a tangible new beginning. So where the other aces are more emotional or mental, about taking action or thinking and feeling, the Ace of Pentacles is like, it's in the here and now. It's not a blueprint. It's not a draft on somebody's computer. It is a built house. You're not looking at something that has potential. This is manifesting. It's about manifestation. So if you're wanting a relationship, you can manifest that, a stable relationship at this time. You have the Seven of Swords here, so in your wish fulfillment. That tells me that maybe you're not being honest about what you want, or you're hiding your feelings from someone. You're not telling the whole story. Because the Seven of Swords is a card of avoiding the truth sometimes, or not telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth, Your Honor. So you might be holding back in a relationship or not confessing your true feelings. Or if you have plans, you're not letting people know what they are. Maybe you feel like you have to keep your plans secret for a while. There's a sense of mistrust sometimes with the Seven of Swords. But you may have to face some things in August and stop sweeping them under the rug. Ask yourself, what do I feel? Look deeper. If you feel like someone's not being honest with you, maybe you need to ask, have a conversation. The Temperance card, as an outcome, is favorable. It means that you're being guided spiritually toward a certain path. The Temperance is about finding that balance, finding that sweet spot, that Goldilocks moment between two opposites. So it's about two people that are very different coming together, but they make a good match. But they're very compatible because they know how to see things from each other's perspective, see things from the other person's point of view. Finding that compromise, finding that middle ground where you can meet halfway. And so you can resolve, if you have an issue with someone that you need to resolve, you may have to just have a conversation, or you might have to meet them halfway. And then you can experience this Nine of Cups Sun energy and the Ace of Pentacles. Sometimes this could be a time card, and the period would be like December, January, February. So good things are coming toward the end of the year. I feel like things are a little stagnant now with all this retrograde energy, but as planets start to come on and move forward, your wishes and your hopes will move forward as well. So if you're wanting that special relationship or that special commitment, you can have that. You just have to come out of the hermit mode, because the Four of Swords means you've been healing, but it also means that you're going to start to come back to the active life. Like you're coming out of it. You're coming out of your sorrow, or you're coming out of whatever's been upsetting you and keeping you isolated. And you're going to start to take action. And you have spiritual protection with the Temperance card. That it represents the Archangel Michael. So you're being guided by spirit. You're being protected by the angels during this difficult time, so that you can come out and get your wish and have this connection that you've been dreaming about or wanting so badly. Something that can be very stable and very fun and very good for you. Like if you haven't taken time out to play or to honor that inner child, maybe you've been working too hard, you have to find work-life balance, and you have to make some room for relationship. So let's see what the astrology has to say. You have a full moon in your 5th house, and a lot of Leo energy in your 11th. You have Sun, Venus, Mars. So you're working on fulfilling a goal. And the full moon in your 5th house, something could be coming to completion around children, around a romance, around some type of creative project or creative self-expression. Like you might be feeling, maybe you're working on a creative project and you're finishing it up. Or something, is finishing up, some cycle is ending or completing around children. And it could be a new romance that is going to be moving to the next level. Maybe a friendship turns into love, because you have Mercury, Venus, Mars, all this energy in the 11th house. That's the house of friendships. Now Mercury is square Uranus at this full moon. So that can bring unexpected messages or miscommunications. You want to make sure that you're being clearly heard, that your message is being clearly understood, that you're speaking clearly. This is not the time to beat around the bush. You have Jupiter in the 3rd. That's just expanding your horizons around, you might be having better relationships with siblings, aunts, uncles. Your communication style is more expansive. You might even be thinking about teaching or sharing your wisdom in some way, maybe through some type of social media or internet-based vehicle. But in any case, take advantage of this new moon to just be you. Express yourself, express your love, express your true nature, and you will attract your tribe. Don't be afraid to be who you are, because you really can't be anybody else. It's going to come out anyway. So then the new moon in Virgo is happening in your 12th house. And it's in a trine with Uranus in the 8th house and Saturn in the 4th. So there could be some new beginnings around home, around support that you get from others, around intimacy. And with the 12th house, it could be a new beginning where you stop self-sabotaging, or you get rid of, baggage that's been holding you back, and you have a healthier attitude toward life. With this new moon, Venus is in the 12th, and Mars. So if you're not expressing your love or your anger, you need to get that out somehow in a peaceful way. Maybe this new moon will help you overcome your fears, to ask for what you need, to talk about your love, talk about your feelings, talk about what's angering you, instead of being passive aggressive. Because when Mars is in the 12th house, sometimes you get passive aggressive. So if you're mad at someone, or if you're having some type of issue with somebody, reach out to them. Don't be afraid to reach out to them. You'll be surprised how things change, because Uranus in the 8th is going to bring surprises when it comes to other people's money, resources, taxes, inheritance, and insurance payout. You could get a sudden windfall from an unexpected source. So I think this would be a good time, because of the Grand Trine, to work on some psychological issues that are holding you back, to try and find out what is it that's holding me back from abundance, from love. If there is something, and there could be with the 12th house being activated, or it could be some secret relationship or secret feelings that you have for someone. Because with all that, there's a lot of secrecy with the 12th house. Things are hidden, things are buried. So it's a good time, because it's a new moon, to get at that area of your life, to say, okay, what is it that's holding me back? What is it that's self-sabotaging my relationships? What do I need to know that I can't see? What are my blind spots? Now is a great time to heal that, so that you can bring that abundance into your life. So you could bring this Sun energy and this Nine of Cups and Ace of Pentacles energy, and stop sweeping things under the rug. It's time to heal. It's time to release, and it's time to embrace the new that's around you, the opportunities that are there for you. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Libra, and if you'd like to have a private reading, just click on the link in the description box and we'll get you on the schedule. In the meantime, I want to say thank you everyone who has subscribed to my channel, who has liked these videos, who has taken the time out to leave comments, and if you're new, welcome. I really appreciate your support, especially those who've ordered readings. I've enjoyed working with all of you, and I thank you for your support. If it wasn't for your support, I wouldn't be here doing this. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and I hope you have a wonderful August, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.